Hello and welcome back to Highbrow Wrestling, as we will now book our first event ever. Determine the event fight card, save the main events for later in the show. Adjust the venue size and ticket price according to the audience forecast. If crafting the fight card's too much work, leave it to the magic button. Never. First things first, main event, World Heavyweight Championship. Co-main event, Junior Heavyweight Championship. That's also why I made all 6 people listed as juniors, since it gives me the option. So I'm going to choose a referee. By default, the referees are Mr. Judgment, Falcon Ishigami, Mike Armstrong, Takashi Nakamura, and William Jordan, and Justice Ogawa, and Adam Anderson. These 3 are created ones from the workshop. In this case, they're from, I think, most of the other wrestling games, from like Fire Pro Complete stuff. The 3, it puts 3 of your created referees, if you have any, here at a time. And then these 3 will rotate every show. The one you picked first will stay. And then Mr. Judgment, they're all free. Anything above them costs extra money. I'm going to pick Mr. Judgment because there's one particular referee that I literally custom made for this promotion. And actually, I'll duck out and try to find him. Much like my other rule of 3s that I talked about for 3 strikes and I'm out, I'll only try this 3 times. There he is, first reset. Billy Bluebag. Go with the rest of the Highbrow Wrestling roster. But yeah, if that hadn't worked after 3 tries, I'd just pick Mr. Judgment. Because if you don't pick any of these, all 3 of them will reset. If you choose one, like let's say I went Joe Higuchi, he'd move to the top of this trio, and only 2 new ones would arrive. So if I couldn't have found him in time, I would have just used Mr. Judgment until he appeared. But he did appear. We now have our senior official, our only official, Billy Bluebag. Let's crown some singles champions, because God knows we don't have enough people to crown anything else. Also, I got to set some match rules. First things first, do not want criticals on. I want them on low. Team entrances, even though I don't watch entrances. When I do call matches, I like to call them at 125. 100's a little bit too slow for commentary with the style of play of this game. Even though I sim all the matches, but like it plays at the same speed as if you were playing. And 150's too fast. 125 is just about perfect. So we're going to follow, I mentioned in the first episode, my buddy Rad Gnarly. I'm going to follow his old GWA, the Gnarly Wrestling Isle, the only wrestling company that either of us know of, real or fictional, whose letters are all, first letters that make up their acronym are all silent. Gnarly with a G, wrestling pronounced the W, and Isle. But I'm going to keep their old rules, which is no count out or disqualification outside the ring. There are count out DQ counts inside the ring. You get a 5 count. And rope breaks are on. However, I now have to do all of this for every match. So what I usually do, learning from Rad, first of all, I'm going to do all 10 match slots right now, because they stay saved that way. So then I only have to do it once. The easiest way to do it is to pick 1 or 2 things like these 2 that are close together on the menus, and just go through and do all of those, and then do the next thing on the menu. That way you don't have to move around so much. Makes it go faster. Alright, so now do the speed for all of them. Because honestly, the speed is once I do start calling these matches, is the part that I'm most concerned with, because it makes commentary and viewing experience more bearable. Pardon me. Rope break is on. DQ count is on. Outside off. Turn that off. That's one. And that's one. Fantastic. Now, let us make some matches. In our main event, there's no way I'm not doing it, even though he might not be listed in his faction just yet. He is in a faction. Baby faces will go on the left, heels on the right, unless it's two of the same, in which case whoever I deem more heel goes on the right. The Stainmaker P. myself will go one-on-one with his arch rival, the King of Fat Style, Fatso Gully Gull, Bodily Function versus the Dumps. In our co-main event of the evening, because they're our next most popular guys that can be in a title match, in a junior title match, because that's the thing. I made all my guys juniors. I did not change those other default wrestlers that I have the custom downloads of. I tweaked some of their stats and maybe a move or two. I still left their like Logic and Heavyweight Junior and stuff the way it was. So Jack Howard cannot fight for this title. So we're gonna go with the plan. I think the actual plan was he was supposed to be a C because these two are the big guys. Or no, that's right. I have it the right way around. So it's gonna be Toots Marino, Boot McCluskey. Then it's gonna be Vlad Chulins, Booby McPherson, Big Boys, Big Meaty Men Slapping Meat. Then it's gonna be the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. Who's he gonna fight? Everyone can fight everyone in this game. She has the best stats, so it'll be the closest matchup. He will fight Taya Valkyrie. And in the opening match, it will be the Warm Bodies to end all warm bodies. It will be Samuel Guion, I'm assuming is how that's pronounced, versus Ryan Storm. With no promotion, we can do about 1,800, 1,900 people in a small hall. We're going to go down to the gymnasium because we can fill that and it's way cheaper. Oops, I don't need a poster. I'll put it at 20. Can't do it. If I do 20 and a poster. No. Okay. By our second or third show, we should be able to sell this place out if we do 5 matches at $20, which is my goal. Early game. Confirm match card. So, we're going to make about 16,000 and we have 28 in expenses. We are going to lose a little money. I have made money on the first show before, especially even on hard. It is extremely difficult for me. Even knowing what I'm doing. So, let's proceed to the event. You're about to witness history in the making with the birth of a new promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the inaugural event of Highbrow. We plan to be the best in the world, and every one of you can help us get there. Yes, they can. And yes, you can. Like I said, especially for this first couple recordings, because I am sick. We're going to simulate these. Also, for most of it, I'll probably won't do commentary for every match anyway. But all of these ones I'm going to simulate. 2 jobbers we hired from the indies. We had a reasonably good 87% match. Ryan Storm wins with a backslide. Gameplay note. Obviously, you want to get the highest average card rating and attendance possible. Specifically, you want to get a full house or really, really, really close to a full house. Obviously, that percentage gets bigger in the bigger arenas. So, like, In this arena, I think you need to be 1,500 or full or more for it to count as full for the purposes of rating in the game. So, like, how successful you were. And then, like, bigger arenas, like a 3,000 seater, you could probably do 150 to 200 and still be considered full. The real goal is to get a full attendance and the highest match rating possible across the whole show. The immediate goal is 80 or higher. 80% average or higher and a full house will guarantee that you're considered successful. 90 plus will be like a bigger boon to your roster. As I figured, not a very good match because she's only C pluses and he's B pluses. But he did win with his finish, and it was our person that won from the real roster, so that is still a good boon. Now we're into the triple main event. Vlad Chulins, Ruby McPherson, and with the uproot German suplex, Vlad Chulins is the first of our main roster to win a match. Co-main event for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, Toots Marino, Poop McCluskey. Let's see how it shakes out. With a 99% and the greatest move that everyone in professional wrestling uses now, the super kick, Poop McCluskey, representing the Dumps, has brought home the gold. And now it's time for the main event. Which team captain will bring home more gold or more gold for their team? The leader, the head honcho, the shot caller of bodily function, me myself, versus the leader and shot caller of the Dumps, Fatso Gulligo. Who is our first world champion? It is Fatso Gulligo in a not tremendous, but reasonably good. Our goal is 80%. And with 290 pluses, 280 pluses, and that 170, we still made it to 87%. Still, the fans will overall be happy. We're going to lose a little bit of money, but a good start nonetheless. Like I said, I have made money on the first show. It is very, very hard. However, by doing the things we did, normally a lot of people, when they play on hard, will just book their normal 6 or maybe hire one wrestler to go with their first new hire to have 8. So like one invite and then one hiree. By doing the extra match, even with limited popularity and stats, it still filled the place, whereas 4 matches wouldn't have. So by getting those extra 200 or 300 people, instead of losing $15,000 like a lot of people do, we lost 7. But we still did what I was shooting for the purposes of success or failure on the first event. Goldberg has already left WCW. Wow. Okay. New month brings new opportunities. There are other sources of revenue aside from events. Merchandise. Yes, I know. I already made some. But it's there for people who haven't played the game. Let's check out our wrestler stats. He's still in good health. Good, 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 and good. So the body color is sort of like a specific parts of them are possibly going to get injured if you're not careful. Or not even necessarily injured, like taken out of action, but if they have a red neck, they're more susceptible to getting beaten faster if somebody does, like he does a package pile driver as a finish. He fights Fatso Gulligo, and Fatso Gulligo has a red neck, and he gets package pile driven 3 or 4 times, probably going to lose pretty quick. That type of thing. So, the condition in the list of attack, defense, and condition there, that if it goes good, normal, and poor, if they're in poor condition, I typically rest them. Because these two I'm going to give probably title shots to this time. because everyone else went up to S Trust and they haven't yet, just to help boost that along. So how did we do on our merchandise? Sold about a little over 300. That's honestly, they say sales aren't so hot, but it was our first show, so honestly 300 is pretty good. I could just repair for $3, but it's only 1,700, so I'm just going to upgrade it one more time. We don't need to make any more merchandise yet. We're still too new for that. So let's just move on and hire our next talent. I am going to go... You know what? Do I want to go for him? Or do I want to try to find some... AJ Styles, Bailey... I think I might go Matt Robinson or Bill Bullock. Honestly, Bill Bullock, because he's also a junior, and he's one of those real in the game universe starting 6 wrestlers. Convict Bill Bullock. He's a little worried that Showman doesn't match their style, but that doesn't necessarily mean he won't join. He shows interest but doesn't join, so now we need to exit for a minute. I get 3 cracks at Bill Bullock, and then I need to find somebody else. I am obviously lowballing him because I'm poor. Also, even if you could offer multiple contracts, the other reason it's good to reset is because it literally resets it to sometimes something they just turned down, they then accept the next time. Like that. I offered him the exact same thing 3 times, and the third one he suddenly accepted. Human resources, manage stables, transfer wrestler. You go to baddies. You go to the dumps. You go no affiliation. Now you go to the dumps. Now they're in the correct popularity order for those stables. And these guys are just in good and bad because they're not part of those stables. The stables don't matter a ton, but they do seem to help with like merch sales a little bit. And so now we have 8 people. I'm still going to bring in 2 more because I still like to have 5 matches. Probably just going to hire those same cheap ass people I just hired, if I'm honest. But I do want to try to get Jumbo again. Unfortunate. I just like getting Jumbo because he's from Saturday Night Slam Masters, so it's just funny to bring him over from another game. As much as anything. I could get Taya Valkyrie again. He'll probably do it. Perfect. Where's one of them other cheap asses? You. Lovely. Let's book our next event. Referee Billy Bluebag, senior and only official. All right, for the heavyweight strap. Well, they're on the same team, so we're going Vlad Chula. Boop McCluskey's this champion, so I can't really make Boopy McPherson fight him. So it'll be Bill Bullock, new signing. And actually, I lied. I'm going to do Jack Howard. Because it draws more people, for one thing. But also, just because I haven't given them title shots yet, and it makes sense to do so. And then we're going to go... Because they're baby faces, them fighting each other doesn't make sense. Or does make sense. We're going to go... P myself, Vlad Chulins, because that's the way my roster currently works out with champions. And then we're going to go Toots Marino, Booby McPherson. And the opening match, our two guests, Taya Valkyrie, Samuel Guion. We are one person away from full at $20. I usually like it to say full house, but I think I'm going to actually do that because it's literally one shot. And it's double the money. Save. Both of our guests showed up for work, so I don't have to reset the game. Alright, Taya Valkyrie, Samuel Guion are two guests for the month. Two-time guests now. 95% match. You'll notice how much better of a match Taya Valkyrie had this time when she was fighting someone with stats closer to hers. Samuel Guion with the win, though, with the screw high kick, which, if I remember right, is the Trouble in Paradise by Kofi Kingston. Toots Marino, Booby McPherson. Absolute legends. 100% match. Toots Marino wins with the Samoan pop, which, for those who have not seen it in real life or in this game, is a Samoan drop, and then they backflip. The person doing it backflips to their feet out of it. Like, rolls straight through. It's actually pretty awesome. Vlad Chulins and P myself, tag team stable mates at the very least. Vlad getting a big win, which honestly is good, because P myself has a B in America and C everywhere else for popularity. He's like our number one person because of the way I structured the order that I showed in the last episode. Poor old Vlad was one of the ones stuck with the D's, so the more he wins and wins high-profile matches in the middle of the card listings or main event listings, the faster he will start to build his popularity. So that's a good thing. 92% with the big swing, Usatagorgari. The SOS, also by Kofi Kingston, is that. Bill Bullock comes up short against Boot McCluskey. And in our main event, defending highbrow heavyweight champion, the King of Fat Style, Fatso Gully Gull, the Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. Polar opposites, let's see what happens. And still, highbrow heavyweight champion, solid 91%, with the full Nelson basebuster. Us old people know that, us old folks know that as the Breakdown by Chris Jericho, currently the Skull Crushing finale by The Miz. Well, yeah, see, because we technically didn't sell out, it still said the same message as our previous, even though we're at 90 plus. If we'd had that even one more person, so it would have considered it a completely full house, it would have given it an even more, like, you should move on to a bigger venue because you're awesome type message. But that's fine. Also, it's month 2 and we've already made our lost money back plus a little bit of profit, of actual profit. So let's go. I tend to do these around 30 to 40 minute videos for the simulated ones. We should have time to sneak a new one in. Stardom just scouted Ozzy Osbourne lead guitarist Randy Rhoads. It's talking about the gym, which we've already gone over. Let us save. Wrestler stats. You can go, you can go, you can go. So everybody's at least normal and still all greens, which is good. Also, he's already up to a B popularity, which is great. In America. It goes America, Japan, Latin America, Europe for the rating. So we can't hire anyone else right now because until we upgrade our gym, we've capped out at 8. And that's fine. I'm going to double check to make sure all of our wrestlers are happy. They are. I'm also going to double check. Is anyone at an A or are they all S now? No. It just took longer to get to S, some of them. So, since I can't hire anyone new, what I'm going to do instead, let's check our merchandise. We still have 300 and something left. So we'll leave that. I will do the sandbag because it's fairly cheap still. No, I'm not doing that yet. Probably do it at the end of this video or start of the next one, but not quite yet. Need to start being more than $3,000 profit across multiple shows. So let's bring 2 people in again. Fill a 5-match card till we can do it on our own. Vinny Random refuses to work for us for some goddamn reason. What are you? Nope, okay. Honestly, you're doing good work, so I'm going to bring you in again because you keep saying yes. Balls Mahoney. Nice. All right. Book an event. Yes, I put my titles on the line every show. As much as I like to imagine there being sort of storyline factions and stuff, this is much more of like a Madden it's about making money rather than the rest. Like it's about the management side of booking wrestling shows. So you've had a shot, you've had a shot, you had a shot at the other title. You guys haven't had a shot at anything, and you just beat your stablemate, who also, popularity-wise, happens to be the most popular guy on our roster right now. Well, of our starting 6, anyway. So, and I'm trying to boost you. The Flad, get in there with your purple championship attire. And, let's go P. Mizell. He's had a world title shot, but he didn't have a shot at that title. I'm trying to make different matches for the first few shows. I don't know how much difference that makes, but that's what I'm trying to do. Now we're going to do something fun. We're going to put the 2 guys we signed from the in-game default roster against each other, because they're very popular and will boost our show. Then we're going to go Toots Marino, who I know has already fought Pooh, almost positive has already fought Pooh in person, but I don't care. Also, we are actually going to sell out at $20 a head now. He's got our hardcore gear on, even though it's not a hardcore match, but against Balls Mahoney. Can I fill? No, not at 20. I fill it at 10, but it also, that's 30,000 and it costs 15. Doing this is 32,000 and costs a third the price. So we're gonna go with that. Confirm match card. Save, please. Proceed. Please, for the love of God, both of you show up. Thank you. Sorry, Valkyrie. Balls Mahoney. 2 guests. Let's see how they did. 99%, and Taya Valkyrie gets a win this time. I could sign her. The only problem is, even if I built my gym fully, she would come in default C++, probably bump up as high as maybe even A's with a fully built gym. But all the people with already B pluses and A's would all be like S's, so she'd still be way behind them. But they do still sometimes win, so I might. We'll see. For now, I'm going to leave her on the free agent market because she likes to say yes when I need guests, and I'm going to need guests for a couple more shows probably. Toots Marino, Poopy McPherson. 100% match. Toots with the shard attack, his finishing move. I do not remember what it is. I need to look those up between videos. Because while they have goofy names, I do also like to actually tell you guys what the moves are. The rating spike of Hollywood hunk Jack Howard. True conviction of the convict Bill Bullock. Who comes out on top? Wow, surprisingly low rating for those guys. 76% with the rating spike, Jack Howard. Junior heavyweight title. Me, myself, Poop McCluskey. Let's get it on. 100% match. Poop McCluskey with the flying body press. Otherwise known as a cross body off the top rope, I believe. Is your winner. And in our main event for the highbrow heavyweight title, the so far undefeated Fatso Gully Gull against the wife waker, Flad Chulins. And still, maybe flying body press is a splash. I forget. One of the two, anyway. 7 foot, 537 pounder off the top rope is the point. Or it could be a standing splash. I forget. I think it's off the top. But anyways, sold out. Double ticket price. 32 grand. 90 plus rating. Here's the new message I was talking about. It was a full house. The audience loved the show. This will boost our popularity for sure. Not 93.4% card rating. Over capacity. Let's go. On 3, and we already almost doubled what we spent. Nice. That is the type of success I'm looking for. Excuse me. Our promotion will only grow as big as our roster. Wrestlers won't come knocking, so we need to go to them. Go scout and offer contract. Yes, I know. Speaking of which, I think I'm going to go one more event before I buy the gym, because the gym is $30,000, and my goal is to be still above our starting 100 after I buy the gym, so that if we end up losing a little bit of money on that show because of the expense of the gym, we'll still be at or close to our 100,000 starting. We're down to 53 of these. You can't just add on. You have to get rid of the leftovers to make new ones. So I'm just going to make another 1,000. I'm just going to repair the gym for now. I won't buy any more sandbags for now. We're going to save. We're going to check on our wrestlers, see how they're doing. First of all, does anyone want anything? Not yet. Okay. Jack Howard, in good shape. Normal, a little bit yellow neck, but can still work. He can still work. Good. 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 Fine. Excellent. Also, Toots Marino is now up to a B in America, which is our main area we're focused on right now. He was started as a C. He's still at a D. He's up to a B, and he was the heel C. He's still at a D. The Ds are always the ones. It's way harder to get the initial upgrade from D to C in popularity than any other one. So like him, Poop McCluskey, and Toots Marino started as C. they're already up to B's just by having like two good couple like 85, 90 plus matches. Fatso started at B and is up to an A. These two have had, pretty sure, all 90 or above matches, certainly mid to high 80s or above. They were never in any of my worst matches, and they haven't gone up to C yet. It's really hard to get that first letter, especially, it seems like, for the starting 6. But once you do, then I can get them to go higher from there. Anyway, everyone will be working our next show. They're all still in good enough shape to do so. Save to make sure I didn't miss anything. But we're already up to a C in popularity as a promotion too. Nice. On that note, we will see you next time for more highbrow wrestling shenanigans. Peace out.